Hi, this is Ron Schira, and we are at the Jewish Community Center of Reading for the exhibit of Michele Byrne in the Fromm Gallery. Now, the exhibit is titled Plein Air, which is a lot of the work that Michele has done recently, that she's done on location, which is in plein air, to break it down. And she has a great deal of work here, so we're just going to take a look at the show and talk with Michele. And this is the artist. This is Michele Byrne, and we are in front of her painting here, Coffee on Cloud 9. Now this was done. This is a larger piece that was done from the plein air studies that she did in the coffee shop itself. But this is the actual one that she did inside the coffee shop. So, Michele, you want to talk a little bit about your technique here?
Yeah, well, the whole show is all plein air paintings, and with the exception of the three larger ones that I have. But what I did is I went out, I have an easel and a whole setup, and I go out and I sit actually on location. For this one, Cloud 9, I sat at a corner table and I did the painting, and I don't know, there's something really special about plein air painting. It's like you absorb the atmosphere and the feeling and the smells and the mood of the place, and so the colors and things come out when I'm plein air painting that I don't think would happen when I was painting from a photograph. So I did this painting, and then I brought it home in my studio and painted the larger one from that. But it's a whole different feel, I think, when you're sitting at a place painting. And then I tried to capture that same feeling in the bigger one that I did without getting crazy with details and looking at a photograph. So it's I think it's a different feeling. Trying to bring in the mood into the painting. So, it was a really fun show getting together. I painted at numerous coffee shops at Marvell Ranch in Reading, and did some landscapes, which is unusual for me, at Blue Marsh. And
well, you have quite a few pieces here from France that you did on location.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at a few of those. This is Morning Musicians, and this was done at the St. Sulpice Cathedral. Okay. Let's just take a walk down the line here if you want to.
Yeah, I spent 2 weeks in France last May, and the first week was in Paris, which was where that last one was. And the rest of these here were from Honfleur. It's along the Normandy coast. And it was a beautiful little town. Had a lot of English influence. And it was actually quite rainy that week. So,
it's a nice atmosphere, though. I mean, rain really does kind of like bring out a bit of a mood inside a painting that you don't...
Yeah, it was rainy and it was windy. This particular one right here was along the coast, and it was a very windy day. I think my easel might have blown over once or twice.
Did you say that Monet had painted in the same spot?
Yeah, this is the town, Etretat, and along the coast there's all these arches and jagged cliffs, and Monet had spent like a week or two painting there, so there's a lot of images he has. Actually, I think when he was there, I read it was raining as well.
Well, it rains a lot over there.
Yeah, so it was a wonderful town. I loved being there. We stayed right along the water in this apartment, and it was fun. But like I said, it was kind of gloomy the whole week. The sun would come out, then it would rain. But it's a beautiful town.
Oh, great area to paint.
And then this is back in Berks County, so this is up north of Kutztown.
And you did this on site as well.
Right. All of the paintings in the show, with the exception of the three larger ones, were done on site. On location, yeah.
And this was done in Rehoboth.
Yeah, I did a plein air painting competition there, and that's one of the paintings that I did standing there on the sidewalk. So that was nice because the sun was out.
Yeah, it's nice to paint in good weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really want to be standing there painting with an umbrella and a raincoat and everything else.
No, although I've done that.
Yeah, that only speaks of your dedication to your craft here. Some really nice painterly work in here. You really catch a lot of information with some very abbreviated strokes here.
Yeah, I've been working at using thicker paint and trying to get the feeling across without all the details. Yeah,
like here, you catch the sunlight on that bridge really well.
Yeah, this was in Manhattan. I actually had a commission to do a really large painting, and I did this study first of the Queensboro Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like that beach thing.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, there's some really nice brushwork in here.
Yeah, that was done sitting on the beach, and I just love sitting on the beach, and it's so colorful, and there's always models, because everybody just sits on the beach, so it's really been a fun place for me to paint. I'm really looking forward to next summer, this summer.
And this is a larger piece called Marvelous Morning, done at the Marvel Ranch in Reading. And this is a much larger piece. I'd say, what, about 40 by 60 inches possibly, and very nicely done. This one's called What Can I Get Ya? This is also at the Marvel Ranch. Now, people have to understand the Marvel Ranch has been a Reading cafe spot for like many years. It's been around since I was a kid. And this is another piece from the Marvel Ranch. This is called Marvelous Morning at Marvel Ranch. And this is kind of the smaller study for this larger work. I'm going to get in here without getting my shadow.
It's really exciting sitting there and being a part of it. Because people come and people go, and you add people, and even though there are people that aren't in the painting, I think the whole feeling of the place is still in there, which is what I love about plein air painting so much.
Yeah, you really catch the energy of the location.
Yeah.
And this one's called Morning Coffee. And this was done in Annapolis, Maryland.
Yeah, I go there every September to have a plein air competition there, so it's a great place to paint. And the people down there just love art, and it's really satisfying just to be there and be a part of the event.
Okay, this is called Trudy's Garden, and this is right outside of the Reading Public Museum. Oh, I recognize this spot. Yeah, these paintings here are all done locally. This is Dozy Doe, the cafe in Wyomissing. Now this is the view from Vista Pavilion at Blue Marsh Lake. And this is Vista Pavilion number 2. A little cloudy.
Yeah.
And it's just the lighting in this place. January morning study.
Yeah, these Blue Marsh ones were all done that one warm week we had in the beginning of January. I quick ran out because it was finally warm out, and it was fun trying to capture all the purples and all the winter colors.
Now, this is a larger piece called January Morning. And this is the boat ramp. Boat ramp left, dappled sunlight. And biking on Toon Trail. Really like the light in this one.
Yeah, that's what I love the way the sunlight was shining through the trees, and part of it was kind of golden.
Beautiful. And business lunch. And this is Hong Kong Restaurant in Reading. And at the Hong Kong again for lunch hour. Okay, I think we covered the entire exhibit.
Yeah, I think you did. Thank you very much for coming in to show it. And it was,
my pleasure.
It was just a lot of fun having a project like this and doing everything plein air. It was really a great experience, and it was fun. And I hope to be doing mostly plein air painting. It's just what I get really excited about it when I do it. I get shaky when I start and get so excited.
That's the joy of it. It really is.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you can tell who the painters are around here. Okay, well, thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you, Ron.
And this is Ron Schira with an Art Geek Production. Thank you very much.